Well, hello, my friends. YouTube, it's been a while. My schedule is completely upside down lately. I do apologize, and at the same time, I can't really apologize. It's just something I have to deal with in life. Things have happened. I made choices. This is what's resulted. Not a whole lot of equipment updates. There are some things coming, but I'll leave those specific things to the unboxing or whatnot, whatever I can arrange. I just want to talk about real quick, short video here while I'm watching a new series. This is this series called Vikings. This is an older series, probably came out a number of years ago. I've been going through series lately. I got through Peaky Blinders, I watched Manifest, now I'm watching Vikings. Just in my time off, just going to work, coming home, spending some time. It's the best I can do with the situation. My content creation slowed down quite a bit, as you know, because I'm making accommodations in my space. My two-channel system was partly sold. I don't have amplifiers right now. And in here, I have the surround system set up, ready to go, but I don't have an AVR. So really the only thing that I'm enjoying are my Radiant acoustics on the SMSL amp, which a lot of people would say these speakers are way too good to be plugged in here. And I would agree with you, but fortune has it, I own these. This is what I have. This is what I got to do. What I want to talk about is this idea of incoming economic change. A lot of people are already talking about the US economy, the presidential change, and the enforcement of something called tariffs. Tariffs are I think personally a foolish idea. As someone mentioned on Facebook forums, that nationalism breeds nationalism. What tariffs are going to do is raise prices locally on imported goods, because we all know foreign countries and foreign exporters are not going to pay the difference. What they're going to do is just raise their prices and make customers pay the difference. So it's up to us to either buy locally to avoid these charges, therefore affecting the global trade, or hopefully what happens is there will be some sort of better balance found in the next little while, because I don't think long term, 15, 20, 25% tariffs are very good for economic trade, because all it's going to do is make everybody do the same thing. If the US enforces them, then a lot of other countries will just raise their own prices. And then it's going to be everybody making and relying on their own system for production, which in a global economy doesn't work. You need to have trade agreements. The idea there is, and why I'm bringing it up, is that I bought amplifiers from the US. And the previous amplifiers I did buy were also from the US. When they cross the border, you have to pay extra fees. The same thing with these. They came from Europe and the EU compared to Canada, where I am. Everything that I import comes with extra cost. It's not just taxes and shipping. They add extra costs through customs and brokerage costs in order to whatever the hell they're doing. I don't know what it's justified on. But the problem now is the way that the new policies have been put into place with the US into Canada. A lot of the products that I buy are from other places. That's just the way that it is. There are a number of brands here in Canada, but Canada's manufacturing and their production isn't always the best. Some of the best are made in Europe, and other best brands and products that are available are in the US. The US buys a lot of their products and items and supplies from China, so some of the prices and economics behind these decisions are cheaper because of these things. But if the trade agreements get adjusted, and then coupled that with the FTC's new rule about standardized testing and products and whatever, like, we're getting a lot of our audio specific products really messed with, if I'm honest. The way that the whole chain works, you're talking about cardboards and plastics and foam and packing and components, steel or aluminum, like raw materials, mining. It's all connected in a way. If anybody's out there thinking that you're not going to get affected by it, it is going to come down the pipeline, whether it's energy or oil or transportation or water or any of your food products. You think about how many places the food comes from. It's really a big deal. And in audio specifically, I'm waiting for my amps to come across the border, and I was already called by UPS to update my brokerage information. And the last time that anything came across the border, I had to pay an extra almost $500 or $700. And in some cases, the taxes or duties or brokerage fees or customs fees or whatever that comes across the border, they're taking administrative taxes and costs to do their job checking things across the border. It's not even that it's a trade balancing act. It's just the cost of doing anything across the border. They're there for security purposes, but they're taking extra money off the top. So going forward, making decisions and buying locally or buying domestically or foreign or anything that's coming from different places, it's really going to cause a lot of different purchase decisions. Now, I'm not in any place to put up buy local, buy foreign, what's worth it, where are you going to get things from, alternative products, brands. I could put a list together. I mean, you could always join the Discord and ask me directly about these things, but these products, Monolith, were basically assembled in China, sold through the US, Radiant Acoustics made in Europe, Denmark, and exported to Canada. That costs a lot of extra money. The AVR that I'm getting is made in Japan and coming up and sold from US. Maybe you can make a guess what that is. The amps that I'm getting were parts sourced in Europe and then assembled and sold from the US coming into Canada. I'll tell you what those amps are later. The speakers I have were designed in Norway and assembled in China and then shipped to Canada. So they all have I don't have any products that are necessarily made in Canada. A lot of people did suggest like Bryston, Moon Audio, PSB, Paradigm, Axiom. There's a lot of different Canadian brands, but unfortunately the way that some of the marketing and experiences have gone, some of them I can't either work with because they're budgeted too high for me or because of other issues. And, there's certain lines of business and respect there that, unfortunately the business world is a little more, I would say, troubled than I wished it was. But that's what happens, the longer we're at it, certain things happen and we just have to roll with it. So I don't know what the future is going to hold. I've made some caveats to what I'm doing. I may or may not, I haven't completely decided on content yet. I still want to make videos and talk with the community, but I'm not really sure what I want to do about audio specific because there's a lot of different sort of like unfortunate negative feedbacks and personalities that come out. And I guess that's the same thing with anything public. So I don't know if it's something I have to change or if it's content that I'm going to change. However, I'm going to see the rest of 2025 through. I've got a lot of plans that I want to share. And my friends that have joined me here, I do wish to stay in touch with you. The regulars, my true friends, I wish to update you on the things that I'm doing, the new AVR, the new amplifiers, potentially new speakers towards the end of the year, depending on what I find. A new deal for my surround system. I've talked with a brand about maybe getting some updates. It's all in the works. I still have the KEF R3 Metas. The Radiants are still in place. Thanks again to Radiant Acoustics, to ISO Acoustics, to Arundel Sound, to Monoprice, Monolith Speakers, to KEF, and to Orchard Audio, who's been a blessing, and Rotel Canada. They've always been a blessing to my local stores, Audio One, Audio Excellence, EQ Audio in Barrie, Ontario. Thank you to all of those reps and friends, to everyone who's been part of the journey, to all of my friends and fellow creators. Thank you for making this more like a community than a hobby. And I say this to people all the time. The fact that we can come together and talk and share music and talk about these things together means more to me than the gear itself. The community and the ability to share our thoughts, what we've been through, what we want, what we're experiencing, to help each other. Those parts of the community are worth so much more to me than any of this gear. So I want to continue to build on that, and we'll see how all of the equipment goes. Now, I did get my new camera for the Montreal Audio Fest show. I still do have my DJI camera for content creation. However, this year of 2025 is going to be changing quite a bit. There's a lot of economics that are happening. New presidential sort of thing is going to affect the way that politics works. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to try to keep up and do my best to bring you content. This is a bit of an update, my thoughts based on what's happening in terms of economics and the landscape for our industry. We'll have to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts below, not politically, but financially. Let me know what you think about the industry and the effect, anything that you can see coming, anything that you've noticed already. And then, yeah, get back to me. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully you're doing very well and you're spending good time with hi-fi audio in your family. I will check in at some point in the future when I get any of my new products, whenever that happens. I'll try to update you with some videos. And yeah, for now, that's been me. And I wish you well, and I will see you in the next video.